Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath.
Breathe, then drink, family. Come on in. You have made it to the Daily Spark, and we want to say great Coochie Chakalia to each and every one of you. And today, I don't have to play favorites. It appears that the cycles play favorites. We are on the week of Coochie Chakalia, man. We want to give it up for Coochie Chakalia twice. So you Coochie Chakalia, baby, stand up. And those of you that's going to be out here searching for Coochie Chakalia, take some time. We on a double Coochie Chakalia today, right? And like I said, for those of you that's going deep, those of you that are going deep, I need for you to, first off, those that are new, let's start with the new. Once again, let's walk through the process. Those that are new, I want you to be looking for Coochie Chakalia because you find what you are looking for, okay? Always, when you're looking for something, you find it. Your focus is on it, and it's like you're calling out to the universe for something, and the universe is calling to you, so you're searching. Like that song, searching. Let me turn this down a little bit more because it's still a little bit too loud for me. Cool, there we go. I got it down as low as I possibly can. But, we're gonna coast through the music. But family, listen, searching, you know what I'm saying? You're searching for Coochie Chakalia, those of you that are new. But now, the question for those of you who are a little bit deeper, right, that have been doing this a little bit longer, is not only is it Coochie Chakalia Day, it's Coochie Chakalia. So the question is, how does the definer define? Coochie Chakalia, you know what I'm saying? We name things, right? You know what I'm saying? We in many cases, we're stubborn. We're like an anchor, right? We hold things and help hold things in place. Like in Elder Tony's piece, you know what I'm saying? Where he talks about reason and tradition. In many cases, we may be the anchor that may hold the tradition, right? Especially the older ones. Because the younger ones going to come and they are going to look at it and see if it makes sense in the present moment and challenge the old, right? So, and we got to constantly keep this energy, this defining and this searching energy out here so that we could constantly grow. That is the major purpose for this Daily Spark, right? Because I want to make sure that we have people walking around with the flame of Kwanzaa in them 365. We want to make sure that people are holding on to this and practicing these principles. It don't have to be all of us. It don't have to be all of us. It don't take all of us. It takes a stubborn minority. Speaking of that, you're now standing in the congregation of the mighty, home of the stubborn minority, the place of your vision. This is Giami Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Haatim. Of course, you know this is a heart of a Symbol production. And speaking of that, thanks to all those who are donating to the cause as far as sending some young people to camp. Shots out. where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. I have to use it thunder. Yep, I am still in transition, family. I'm enjoying this. I can actually pull up some of those sound effects and put them on my phone. And I might do that. But I don't want to get so comfortable out here doing it that every morning y'all seeing Brother Haatim out here, out here trying to let the air in, let the sunshine in. Out here, I'm able to see the moon. I'm up so early today. I'm back up at 3. I'm be able to get my walking back in, I think. But I'm up before the birds today. So let's give myself a round of applause. So, let's jump to why many of you might be here, because check this out. I love to hear your thoughts on the proverb. So make sure you join the Telegram group. Join the Telegram group, right? So that we can have discussion. I post up the proverb. It used to be 2 days in advance, but now I'm doing the day of. This transition has pushed me into that. And let me just tell you why this is a beautiful thing to do that, right? It's a beautiful thing, a beautiful reason to do that. Are you ready? Because it allows me to stay in tune with the proverb of the day, as well as the ancestral algorithm, what I call the ancestral algorithm, right? Because I would be 2 days in ahead, so I would have to be kind of confused on what proverb I was on. I would, you know what I'm saying? So now I get to be out here with y'all, right? I get to be in tune with y'all. Although I do like being able to have the day in advance, you know what I'm saying? It's something about doing the live piece that is just magnificent to me, because it forces certain creative juices to flow. It forces certain thought processes, you know what I'm saying? Because I have, and it puts on a little bit of pressure, right? So let's talk about, let me share the proverb of the day with you. The proverb of the day. The proverb of the day is, to get lost is to find the way. When that one hit, I was making my coffee, and what's crazy is I put it in 3 times. I'm like, what's the proverb of the day? If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I'm like, I used that already. You know what I'm saying? We used that already, right? So I go, all right, boom. So I go to another one, and it pops up. When a palace, when the king's palace burns, he builds a better palace. We used that, right? What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with my AI? So I step back, I calm down, I make my coffee, and I type in, you know what I'm saying, on just like a Google search. Just look at it. I need an African proverb for the day. It digs down and it drops that one on me. To get lost is to find a way. I don't know who out there need to hear that, but when I heard it, it tickled my soul. It tickled my soul, because my life have consisted of me being lost, feeling lost, right? And it's like, yo, it's such a blessing, right? So I want you to work with that proverb of the day, along with seeking out Coochie Chakalia in the day, self-determination for the uninitiated. Where is self-determination in your life, right? But then also, I want you, especially those of you out there who are lost. See, these heuristics, right? They survived because they helped pull people through the hard times, and people held on to them and took these little nuggets of wisdom, these crystallized pieces of wisdom, and passed them forward. And this one came specifically for you, because I know I ain't the only one out here who sometimes feel lost. I'm in a world that seems to be going crazy. I'm in a world that has commodified everything, even the moments in my day. I'm sitting in a world where they would rather you sit at a desk than you be productive doing something else. I'm sitting in a world that that want to buy the most valuable thing on the planet and give you pennies for it, and that's your time. And you can't tell me I'm the only one that sometimes feel lost. Feel lost. That feeling of that you get in the pit of your stomach when you look around and you don't recognize shit. It's a penetrating feeling. It's a feeling of, I guess, woe would be a word. A feeling of woe. A feeling of worry. Everything rush in on you. To be lost is to find the way. Many of us cannot get to where we're going because we're not willing to be lost. We're not willing to deal with the uncomfortableness, with the woe, with the gnashing of teeth, with the worry of being lost. And family, I'm trying to tell you, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Let's get lost. Let's get lost together. Giammi came about because I was lost. The Daily Spark came about because I was lost. The Daily Toast came about because I was lost. I was lost, and this is my way of saying, help! Is anybody out there? I want y'all to understand, right? You send out your signals. You leave marks when you're lost so that you can see if you're going in circles. You try to retrace your steps, but if you're not trying to go back to where you were, you have to press forward. I'm not trying to go back to where I was. I'm not trying to go back to before Haatim. I'm not trying to go back to Nation Builder Haatim. I'm moving head forward. I'm moving full force towards the Elder Haatim, which is going to ultimately lead me to Ancestor Haatim. And I have to be willing to embrace that, because to be lost is to what? Say it. Say it. Because I want you to feel it in your bones. I want you to feel it in your soul. I want you to feel it vibrate through every tissue and every organism in your body. To be lost is to find a way. If you are certain of where you are, if you certain of where you are, you might not be doing what you need to be doing. That's the proverb of the day. Now, the ancestral algorithm says, I determine my destination. The environment is just the scenery. So, the proverb that pops up, because I look up the proverb before I go back and I look at the ancestral algorithm. The proverb of the day is to get lost is to find a way. Then we turn around and we look at the ancestral algorithm, and it teaches us, and it states, I determine my destination. The environment is just the scenery. You determine your destination. The environment is just the scenery. Now I want you to think about in the ancient times before maps, people would just go. Right? And the environment would just be the scenery, and they would have to make home where they were. They would have to set up camp where they were. And if that campsite where they set up just happened to be in an ideal place, guess what that became? Guess what that environment became? It became what that group of people determined it would be. It would be home. Home is something that we define. Home is something that sometimes it don't look like what's shown on TV or what people have on the internet. Sometimes you have to make home. Sometimes you have to make being lost part of the journey. You have to define where you are in life, right? I'm 58 and I still run up into occasions where I don't know where the fuck I'm at. And sometimes, and I learned this a long time ago, sometimes I just have to settle in and make where I'm at home. Because I determine my destination, and the environment is just the scenery. So where I'm at is where I need to be. And I make the best of it. And actually, I learned this at football practice. Because when I was younger, I swear them old men was trying to kill us. And I had to make that uncomfortable, exhausted feeling home. I had to figure out how to do that. I had to make that shit enjoyable or I wasn't coming back. I remember one year, it was, in the little leagues when I was playing, they had the Pee Wee League, and in the Pee Wee League you had A team, B team, and it was very confusing. Then you had JV, then you had varsity, and then you had bantams. Bantams was the oldest, and they was supposed to be in high school, but because they possibly couldn't play on high school teams, you know what I'm saying, it was damn near grown men out there playing football, right? You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to be like 16 to possibly 18 or some shit like that. I don't know. But I wasn't about to get out there with those niggas. Listen, I was going straight to high school, so I knew I had a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Because in Bantams, you never knew, right? You'd be playing with somebody with a gray beard and shit. I don't know. But anyway, when I made it through JV, so like you have 2 years on A team. By the time I started playing, they just started the B team. So the B team was a little bit younger. When I started playing, I did 2 years of A team. I did 2 years of JV. And I was moving to varsity, and I decided in my fourth year, I said, man, this shit is too much. I ain't about to go out there and suffer. I'm gonna do a paper route, and I'm going to play football on. Those of you old enough, remember you had the little football pieces, and you had the little board that vibrate, and it made that sound like, You said, shit, I'm gonna work these motherfuckers out there. I ain't about to, And what was beautiful, my mom, because the coaches came to my mom and said, he need to play football. He's sitting around. My mom said, let him do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even say shit to me, right? I think I was living with my grandma at the time, because I used to go down. I used to be over around Lane Field. I remember that, and they just let me be, and then maybe the next year I was going to high school, and when I went to Kenmore, boys came and got me and said, hey, bro, come on, we going over here, and we went to 2. But I had to make home where I was. You understand what I'm saying? Lost. And it's okay, family. It's okay to be lost, right? Don't be pressed about being lost and feeling lost. It's okay. It's part of the growth. It's part of the process. What you are going through, nobody possibly has went through in 1,000 years because our system has been disturbed. So many of the things that we are experiencing together and many of the things that we are doing are brand new, even to the elders in the room. Some of the shit that we are discovering about ourselves, some of the needs, some of the desires, some of the hopes, some of the aspirations are us coming back into who we were, who we are becoming, and it's new. Which is a beautiful opportunity for us because we don't have to repeat old shit. We are a generation, my generation X and a boomer generation that are still here, that are still active, and the younger generations out there have an opportunity to create new traditions that are in tune with the times. Where we don't have to accept some of the old shit that holds us back and separates and splits our community. And some of y'all know some of that shit that I'm talking about. Because some of the shit that we argue about is not even our shit. It's not our shit. Right? And I could go into some of the discussions, but I won't. I'm gonna allow that. I'm gonna allow you to be lost in that and to figure that out. The shit that we are arguing about. Will it free us? Then fuck it. Let me just say, will whether or not, are the gay people in our community stopping us from getting free? Right? You know what I'm saying? Is the baby mamas that we call that's going to the schools in pajamas and with the little mocks on their head? Are they stopping us from getting free? Are we being oppressed for it? Because it's the young men that are walking on the street with their pants hanging down. Is that stopping us from getting free? Is that the reason we oppressed? See, when we really start looking at some of the shit that we are trying to do, we have to ask the question, are we doing it for us? Or are we doing it so we could fit in with them? Who do you serve? Is the ultimate question. Are you serving us or are you serving them? So when we come and we be like, they don't have the soft skills. Oh, because we don't have soft skills is why we are oppressed. And us having soft skills is going to free us. As you know what I'm saying? And I must admit, I got that from I think it's Nika Giovanni by way of Karen Hunter and Greg Carr on in class with Carr. But the question is the key question. And oftentimes when we start having these arguments with individuals, is that shit gonna free us? It's the bottom line. Is it gonna free us? And then once it free us, because this is something that we have to understand too. Once it free us, we have to then evaluate, is the habit, the practice going to keep us free? Is the people that free us going to be the same people that keep us free? Are the practices that we put in place to free us, are they going to be the same practices to keep us free? We have a history that will answer every last one of these questions. And we have people with insight that will be able to use that history to answer those questions. And you are one of them. Anyway, I didn't even get to the haikus yet. All right, let's do the haikus and I'm going to get y'all up out of here. So, of course, you know, I was moved by that proverb. So here we go. I feel lost sometimes, but my ancestors reveal that I need to be. Is the brother haikuing? Yeah, the brother haikuing today. Another one. It can be scary to be in front and be lost. But you will find way. But you will find way. It can be scary to be in front and be lost. But you will find way. Some of you will be thrust into leadership positions and not know where the hell you are. Not even know where you're going. But if you walk the path, ain't even a path, if you make the path and start moving, you'll find a way. Many of us fall off because we're scared, we freeze. As Tiandra, shouts out to Tiandra, she said either we fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That's what she said. I didn't put something else in the place of fawn, right? But, you know what I'm saying? Many of us freeze. Many of us freeze. We don't even run, we just freeze. It's like, damn, you know? And you know, sometimes, fam, y'all got to not expect answers from motherfuckers. Especially those that's in a leadership position when they lead you to someplace new. They don't know what the fuck going on. They learning this shit like you. They got to figure it out. And they're depending on you as well as you are depending on them. We're lost together. Congratulations. Let's find our way home. No, let's find our way to our new home. Let's find home. Fuck find a way back home. Let's find home. Hell, let's make home. Right? That's one of the skills that I learned from playing football too. Learning how to make hell home if I need to. I can sleep anywhere. You know, that's just how I'm built. I can sleep anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I could, and it was so hot in my house. You know, air conditioning. Yeah, I know. But I just air conditioning went out. Hot as hell. Yeah, I'm sleeping good. I just every now and then wake up and be like, it's hot as hell. Damn, it's hot. I'm sleeping good. Shit, I woke up at like 2:30, looked at my clock, said, damn, alarm about to go off. Damn, that time went fast. Shit, stuck. A long time to get up. You see what I'm saying? Family. But last one, and this is something that I'm working on right now. Because I want to work on not only my communication skills, but other people's communication skills when it comes to our organizations and us working in these institutions like schools and shit, right? Learning how to communicate and what to look for. That's why, I'm constantly in the show. I'm constantly trying to remind myself, right? Mad, sad, or scared. Trying to get away from that. Because I spend a lot of time in that, right? Feeling lost. Being lost can make you mad, sad, and scared. Shit. Right? When I'm trying to get to peace, power, and joy. But those are feelings that you need to learn how to communicate and learn how to extract. And another thing I ran into is in this haiku. Communication brings being heard, helped, or being hugged. Just know what you want. Communication brings being heard, helped, or hugged. It ain't being hugged. Brings being heard, helped, or hugged. Not being hugged. So let me go back. Now I'm haiku. Thank you, Anime. Anime was kind of more syllable. She looked at me funny. That's how I knew something was wrong. Communication brings being heard, helped, or hugged. Just know what you want. Family, in your communication, or when you're communicating with people, be clear on what they want from you. Do they just want to be heard? Do they want to be helped? Or do they want to be hugged? Right? Are they mad, sad, or scared? Because the ultimate goal is to get all of us to a place of peace, power, and joy. Yo, this is Brother Haatim. I want to thank you for tuning in. I don't even know what the title of this one. I want to say thank you for those of you that's listening. Make sure you like and share. And in the description, you get all my information where you can connect with me directly. If you want to have, like I said, if you want to have a private session because you got your Nguza Saba narrative map and you don't understand, you want some help with it, you have some questions about it, you have some questions about the Gianni system, you have questions about some of the literature that I have created, questions about anything, right? Use the link. You can join the Telegram group, join the discussion with others, or start a discussion. You can also, like I said, I got a link on there where you could buy me a coffee. I'm sitting up here drinking a coffee right now. I went and bought some coffee last night because somebody bought me a coffee. This shit's crazy. Hey, anyway. Also, on there is a link for you to get your day name shirt, right? Rep your principle, family. We need to. I want to see some Coochie Chagalias walking around this mug, right? We need to see some Moja babies walking around. We need to be repping our stuff, having cues or entry points for conversation. You see somebody in a purple shirt on a Moja, right? Be like, hey, you wearing purple? You know, you can first test the water. You see you wearing purple today. Yeah, it's the emoji. Oh, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Ways where we can identify each other and have conversation and shit, right? That's what it's all about. Because, because I grew up knowing individuals who had all the answers. But it didn't free us because they didn't share. They could, when they get upset, they could talk about all of the commissions and all of the stuff that happened, but because they really didn't share their information in a way that people could understand and to get it, we are where we are. I'm trying to make sure and distill information that I have in a way that I'm able to distill it in a way where people can receive it. So, hey, speaking of that, I'm out. I want to thank all those who are making donations for the Simba, for our Simba journey this year. I'm gonna post a link in the in this description as well if you want to join in and help support. Also, I'm gonna announce I will be doing during New Year's, during the Comedic New Year in August. I'm gonna be doing a course for Tawi. I don't know if it's called the Saba yet, but I'm gonna be a speaker for this year's Comedic New Year, and I'm gonna break down this Nguza Saba, right? I'm diving in. I'm gonna have people for about 8. I'm diving in. Come get your life changed, or better yet, come change your life. I can't do it. I give you information to do it, right? So this is Brother Haatim. I'm up and I am out.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath.